Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of... Crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals. Four Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him? Won't be long now, Martel. See, I am...
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just... Well, as you know,
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All her hard work's finally... I took it on, you see, after she... Well, after she died. And now the fruits. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty.
Impressive.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse. You couldn't take them some, could you?
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news.
Oh, she always had us. Here you go. You hear that, Martel?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria. That broom's as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat.
Martel. Now, where have I...
Weren't she the girl from the furrows?
Course she was.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway?
These aren't those apples, are they? She'd have been proud.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back.
Old Sid was the only one who could stop. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that...
That sounds like the Sid.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourself, huh? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work. Clive, tell the lad down in the back.
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh.
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye? Always something in there.
Oh, Clive!
The patron's wish. Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified. Is everything we've received and everything promised. All yours. Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
What's the matter, Nectar? The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might, just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they... Right. Well, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. But with the Blight and the last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse break, then perhaps I can.
So Mather's all right.
That broom's as ragged as...
the right to touch him.
Curse breakers. They were clearly very...
They remembered her. I suppose she was very kind. Even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree.
And through you.
I didn't do anything, really.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your...
Of course not. No. They like your fruit, Martel?
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past.
If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Yeah!
You deserve a rest. Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
quiet, you. They'll think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain. Which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
You're a long way from home, aren't you? Much obliged.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? You're going hunting for outlaws.
Two more left to join the garrison.
You seen him?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shield. At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harbouring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned him in. Make him a Black Shield.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know.
How'd you get it?
But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that.
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this. You are to leave Amber.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift, but some might call it submission. But if it will spare this village,
then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them...
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the... But other than Martha, who else in... A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield...
Perhaps.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the auditory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. Don't like it.
Stay down! You're finished!
More of my mother's men. Get surrounded.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then? We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria. Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry. find something, boy. Death.
Oh, found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yeah. Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Didn't happen to come by way of Old Hill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. Next morning.
They tell us there's a curfew and then refuse us passage back to our homes.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
children are starving!
Have mercy!
Viceroy's dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
Oh, good enough,
Fuck off! I'm the generous bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your style! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
News is we haven't seen a single black shield. Since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye. The foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed them. Crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
We'll show them the
What is it you require? Of course, my lord. I will be here should you need aught else.
Tell us then, Sir Wade.
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I, sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surround. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without, while the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see. They prefer to fight in small...
How small exactly?
Small enough. Now that I have you and Lady Jill...
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade.
There is but one thing which will grant putting an end to...
And so we
What is it you require? I will be here should you need aught else.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are looking.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come, die along with your flame! For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Too slow.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Well done,
There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends a sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom, but Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
of
billets
the
being
Guardians of
posted
the
every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself, and if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back. Something's getting him down. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit?
Fine.
I knew you'd...
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let...
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the... Wait a bit, then head over...
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Is everything we've received and everything promised? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Wait, I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so...
Think I'll stick to...
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glass from spit roasts to sweetmeats. This book has them all.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for...
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first time... But you're made of sterner stuff.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer.
Fantastic!
So...
Chance's stew. It was once a favourite among the Gaul. The only problem is that while the recipe is extreme... A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than broad.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop...
Roses. One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad to hold the bloody dust.
first. What's it got to do with...
August was worried that something had been weighing on. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my...
Clive just wants to help, innit? Talk to him. You never know. Please, mate.
It's not the sort of thing you bother people.
Why don't you tell us all this?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher. Made my stuff look like every clump. Should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now, there. You got what you can.
All right. I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud. Full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Something tells me this is only going to go. If he has doubts, it will affect his work.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Assuming you're happy to help.
Too bloody right.
Glad to hear it.
That monster's taken quite.
Karen, Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of...
And he ain't been himself since he saw it.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned it. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke makes all his stuff to order. But the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it up.
You don't know where we might find...
Like I said, he's a bit... Don't trust hunters neither. Which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he...
I see.
He did tell me something. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide grease.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag. Now, where the bleeding hell was excited?
Thank you, Karen.
At least you would...
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of...
I'll leave the hunting to you. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and...
Good idea. Hopefully one...
Let's go. Fly, Ambrosia. Thanks, girl. Come on. Run like the wind. Ready, go? Faster! All right.
don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew. Is something there, boy? Could that be our man? Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but actually...
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he...
You sure?
Well, you did save my life, and thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But...
In that case?
I'd be much obliged. Right. You send your blacksmith...
Will do. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
How do? Thanks very much.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
Ah, welcome. Times maybe...
Unwanted violets. If you...
Why, I haven't heard. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn old, used to chuck them in the pot when they weren't, and even if they were.
Do the scorpion...
I dare say they do.
Thank you.
Stay sharp.
Don't you go causing any trouble.
Come on.
Yeah!
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
over. It's over.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad.
Enough of you, are there?
hope there aren't any more of them.
Welcome. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. And a fine, fine day to you.
Nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Come on. That's better. Straight home now. This isn't gonna be easy.
Rest well. I know I will.
Did you find...
I didn't.
Marvellous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong.
Into the pot. I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm, not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What the salt on the senses. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but... I must share this gift. I won't rest until a single mouthful, and Molly...
Monster's taken quite a liking to
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find... How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does...
I found him. And he asked me to give you this.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive, you didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, but our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret. The details of which...
Then we better keep this close to our chest.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you still. I'm glad you found it.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them. And don't get me started on how much oil. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Black. Right, now that's sorted. Thanks, Clive.
So, will it be? Anything else?
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.